the same question. We've seen a lot of people coming like with bags of coins. They go drop them. If let's say I was there, you were also there. Let's say you go there. Wow. Then you see people, and then Jesus comes and sees a woman with 2 coins, and then he says she gave more than everybody else. Okay, let's see. Anyway, let's hear what Jesus said. The disciples asked, "What do you mean?" She said, "She must have given only 2 lepta at the most, which is a small part of a worker's ends in a day." Okay? That really isn't much at all. Well, that's true, Jesus said. But if you think about it, it's an enormous amount that others gave only a little bit of all that they have. And it was no effort for them because they did not really need it. They did not have to give up anything to make their offering. But this woman gave everything that she had to God. Wow. I've picked that. I have you? All right. So, what Jesus was trying to say is, the others was given where they want to be noticed. But this woman only waited until everybody was gone. Meaning, it's not every time that you are giving that everyone must see. Yeah, we like doing that, especially when a friend is, that your friend doesn't have a pencil, and you stand in the class and says, Mike, you need a pencil, then you give them like that, It's not good. So meaning you have to go, if you want to give somebody, you go quietly and say, my dear, here is a pencil for you. Then you give them. Okay, let me finish the conclusion of the story. God does not really need anything because all the gold and silver are already his. He has everything. Why then does he ask for offerings? Take note of that. That's a question for you. Why does God need or ask? Why does God ask for offerings? Because he wants us to recognize him as our Lord. Yeah, I can repeat that for your sake. Because he wants us to recognize him as our Lord. God does not admire or value those who make great offerings or perform great actions for others. So, this tells us that it's not in the amount of what you give or when you give publicly. No, God is never moved by that. What is important for God is how we give. That's another question for you. How we act. He values actions and offerings that are heartfelt and not those that are just so that others can see us. Let us make sure that we put our heart into all that we do. Wow. So, let me go back to the story once again. Jesus is in the temple, obviously with the disciples, because you see from the story that the disciples are asking him. So he's in the temple, and back then in the temple, I think they would share, there's the women's and the men's. So Jesus was in the men's, then he decided to go and check on the women's. And when he went there, when you go, obviously, it's like when you used to come to church. Remember those times? Yeah, we miss you guys, by the way. So when you come to church, then you sit and you see people giving. And Jesus sat there to watch everyone that was